welcome back for Chapter 2. I hope that Chapter 1 went very smoothly for you guys. And now you kind of might be wondering right off the bat, why is it a different model? Why is it a different skeletal system? All that kind of stuff. The part of the reason why is that the last one that I had, the last file I was working on for Chapter 1, that one's pretty well ready, right? As you could tell, it was all to one side. All the things I needed to do to get it prepped are pretty well done. And I'm going to do that on this model. This is actually one of the ones that I have linked in that document and that I displayed in Chapter 1. So I'll kind of show you exactly what I'll do. And I have actually used this before as a part of the rig. And I'll show you what I do to get it prepped. Okay, so that's the intro. Let's move into deleting things. Funny enough. Okay, so this one also kind of has like big cluster groups. Kind of right off the bat, I'm going to start deleting some of that. This is such a in-depth model. All right, what are we working with here, though? Because, like, right off the bat, I don't do anything with the head stuff. Upper limb, superficial. I guess I can get rid of that. I'll get rid of these groups. Maybe after. Yeah, I could, yeah. All right. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how people could use the facial muscles to see how much that could increase the fidelity of the animation. Have not done it, but I would love to try. Bam, bam. A part of it too is, yeah, once again, honestly, just deleting ones you know you'll never see, that you'll never use. Like that one, you'll never use that. I'm worried to, I'll be worried to delete that. Though I'm pretty sure I do, because the skeleton is part of one unit. Okay. That's so interesting though, how right there's one bone in the body that floats. And that's the bone that floats on its own, attached to nothing. What did I delete? Shoot. Nothing left. There's multiple? Okay, no, now I'm at the skeleton. I'm always worried, right? I'm gonna delete the wrong thing. Don't need that. I honestly only keep the it's such a wild name, sterno. Actually, this one has a name's label, which is also really nice. Sternocleidomastoid. Yes. Yeah, some of the other ones do not have it named, and it is very useful to have. Get rid of that cluster. In times past, I have kept some of these, but you'll never see them. And honestly, it just takes up computer hardware that you don't need to give up. Okay. Does it have like a casing over it? Maybe I'll come back to that too. Alright. And you guys will find that I do talk to myself a good bit. Now we'll get rid of that. Alright. Continue to go through. And you will also find a lot of these anatomical like models you'll get. There'll be little differences. Like the one I have, it doesn't have this wraparound front piece. Okay, then the foot stuff, you'll notice I'll clean it up quite a bit. The feet, right? Like I'll usually start cutting portions off, which sounds terrible and horrendous, but I'll usually start cutting it off down a little bit lower where you're not going to see it anyways. This one you might not really need to. No, don't need to get rid of that. I will get rid of the stand though. Another thing with this one, I'm gonna delete that. Another thing you'll notice with this one that I found a little bit tough at first to manage was the legs are super close together. I usually like them a little bit more spread, right? So they're not anywhere close to touching. We can rectify that a little bit later. Okay. Then hand stuff. And I'll usually cut that down there. Get rid of that. The muscle pads. Do I keep that? We're gonna say no. Delete that. Alright. One's where it's connected. No, it's not. You're okay. Get rid of that. Not too bad. Those aren't attached. Those aren't attached. Now. That's always a pet peeve though, that it has that. Maybe I should have done something to import it a bit differently, but I'm too deep now. Though this could take me a little while to rectify if it totally changes the location, which it definitely will. So I'll show you guys, if you don't know, I'll show you a workaround to make it so that the muscles don't jump. Because right now, if I get rid of like one of these groups, like the muscles will pop way over to the side. Which is, believe it or not what we want. Okay, what are we looking at in here? Won't need that either. Okay. Now I'm going to go in. Don't forget L key. Delete that. Okay, I'm not. Sorry. Recording brain is a little bit slower, I find. That I will not need because I cannot see it. No. Keep clicking the wrong button and opening up this menu. I'm really in the chairs apparently during these tutorials. Okay. That either. That I will keep. And every model or every anatomical system has different things I like. Like, for instance, mine has these all separated, which is nice, but it does make the animation portion a little bit more difficult. Where like it jumps to vertices, right, when you do the shrink wrap. And you'll see more of that in depth when we get to it, but it can be a little bit precarious when they're all individual, where this will be a bit simpler. But then the opposite for this, all the, like this pectoral is all separated. So I would recommend you get a pectoral that's all one unit. And maybe I should go through how I would rectify it with this, trying to like, for instance, like all the edges there are separated. Actually, maybe I'll even viewport front and then you guys can see what I mean. Like, I don't like that at all. Like it doesn't add anything. And if anything, it just makes it so like it's just more high resolution than it needs to be for what we're doing. And so like I would fully retrofit this to be one piece, right? Like the other model I have. And then even this one, that will cause difficulty. Like if I have that as one unit, when it goes to like contract and expand, like you'll see that almost pulls apart and it doesn't look right. So that I would also add as one, but usually what I do is when I'm in X muscle system, I'll just create that muscle. I'll just make that one, and I can show you guys how to do that. But that's the kind of things you want to be thinking about when you're going through these. Okay, let's get that off the front. Delete vertices, but a really nice part about this, once again, all the names are there, which I really like. Delete vertices, okay. And technically I could do, actually maybe I should just, yeah, that'll simplify a good bit. Because you only want one side, whichever side you'd want, right, or you'd like to start with, you can. But now the big thing here will be I should have actually unclicked the skeleton. I hate it when you make those connections right after you would actually benefit you. Yeah, and these ones are all separated too. Which is actually nice, so when it comes to removing them, right? That's not what I want. Worst case scenario, if I did delete a portion of a side, I can just mirror it and then reintroduce it. Nothing's been rigged either, right? So that simplifies as well. One of the thingies, we'll call it. Delete vertices, okay. And for me, with this stuff, like, I just zone out, right? For me, it's like when I used to play Minecraft growing up and just placing blocks one by one. Why is that bone a different color? I don't remember that being the case. Let's just make sure there's no casing on that. Weird. I don't recollect that at all. We'll come back to that. What the heck? And the thing is, I would never have deleted that that bone, so I don't know what I would have. Maybe I would have just kept the double layering when I was doing it beforehand. Interesting. Oh, why don't I? Oh, okay, no. There aren't any. No, there are duplicates. What the heck? Yeah, I thought I was going insane. Hide that. And what did I just hide? Sorry, guys. I know I'm being wonky. Okay, I don't need that. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Okay, now is it going to be weird? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll hide that, and now we are cruising again. Oh, both bones are duplicated. Very, very interesting. Why do they have that? Yeah, this is such an in-depth anatomical system. Okay. I'll unhide. They're all there. And that's the only rendition of that bone. That's so interesting they would do that. Now, which one do I want to keep? Start a little coffee sip time. What am I going to do here? I am going to make the executive decision to oh, they got a bunch of these too. Just for up there. Now, going back to the skeleton though, yeah, they're all on there. That seems to be the only bone that's actually missing if I delete it. And I'll have to delete that on that side too. Okay. Once I deleted that on my first round through, it's one of the first ones I used, to be honest. I'll come back, I'll delete all the surface stuff and I'll come back and I'll tweak more of the skeleton. And now an important part though is keep the middle, right? Keep the, like you're keeping all the center portions that you're not going to be mirroring, right? You want to keep all that. Delete a lot of the interior stuff, especially if you never see them on the surface. I won't keep that. I will hide that, and I will also get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see, in the legs, there's a lot of hidden muscles usually in the legs. This was always a debate for me at first. Like, technically it's showing a bit, but it'll never add to your animation, right? So I will get rid of that. That one, kind of your call. That one's big enough that I think I will keep it. Yeah, I got obliques on that side. You know what? I should have actually kept that one side of the oblique. And I will actually, now I will show you how to mirror. Now, the only important thing to remember is that for mirroring like this, if you want to apply it, you can't have any shape keys. So keep that in mind if you do intend on mirroring stuff. Make sure it's mirrored appropriately. Yes, okay. And I will show you why in a second. Okay. Now, leg time. Leg day. That's what we call it. I apologize in advance for my humor. Good luck. Oh yeah, this was something that bugged me at first too. These two for some reason are linked up. We'll show you how to rectify that too. Get rid of that. It's interesting seeing where it sits kind of in the bundling of muscle. I don't know what that one is. It's like a little piece of paper in there. Must be very pertinent. Or is it maybe an ACL or whatever those muscles are? It actually probably would tell me if I clicked on it. Okay, so for this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that to the front. See where it's connected. Hopefully it's not connected too much. Sometimes it's so trippy being... Okay, I'm going to dissolve that. That's not the right thing to do. It's like optical illusions whenever I'm deep into a mesh like this. Okay. I know it might seem a little bit counterproductive, but vertices. It's giving me like throwbacks to when I think it was my first nail model that I'd worked on. Okay, dang. It was with this anatomical system. Yeah, delete vertices. Let's see now. Dang, I have to delete so much. Okay, it can't be those two. Haha, okay. You know what? No, I will keep that. And, dang, oh my god. Just people are watching. And actually, this is a good thing maybe for you guys to know, if you don't already. Is that in the viewport? I'm gonna add a 0 there under view, and it'll give me a little bit more view distance. Okay. The vertices. Everybody, please cross your fingers. Come on. Incredible victory. Just incredible. Now, E to extrude. Nope, no, just G on that one. Alright, and then G again on that one. How many should I go here? No, it's a little quirky. Actually, I wonder if I can just... No, I can't just extrude that out. Okay. Okay, I'll go to that next layer. And... Okay, now delete that edge. Yeah, that's good. Now, E to extrude, right? And I know that it could be a little wonky if I jumped in, but G, no. F key. Now they're combined. I know there's just a touch of topology. I should have warned everybody in advance, but I fully forgot about this. Okay, now I just want to make sure that, yeah, okay, again. We're looking from the set. Oh, that's actually pretty good from the set. I couldn't maybe bring that one out a touch. Don't forget though, X Muscle Systems does give you a subsurface division. All right, so it should clean it up a little bit too. Okay. G, beautiful. Actually, maybe I don't need that. Maybe I'm being useless on that. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. And voila. Brand new muscle. Okay, now believe it or not, we're actually getting pretty close. I just want to make sure some of these hidden muscles are gone. That one's kind of, yeah, that one seems a little arbitrary. Okay. Now I'm going to go through over here, delete some of these. Good, I feel like I gave you guys all, like, a lot of the things you'd actually come against working on different, you know, anatomical models you bought. This one I forgot, but has a lot of those, which is really good. Not really good from the perspective of trying to work on it, but from rectifying it, that's a good thing to play with. I'll get rid of that. Select them all. I don't know actually if I can do this all at once. Apply all transforms. Let's see. It might just be the last one. Oh, we might have got lucky. Because, hypothetically, now, once I click on it and I delete. Haha, okay. So you saw what I did there? Once I went through and I clicked all of them at once. Right, so don't really worry about it till you're a little bit into it. And then once I applied all my transforms and set them, you know, all my location to 0, rotation to 0, and my scale properly to 1, when I deleted the whatever this is called, I'm forgetting now because once again I'm recording. When I deleted that group, which is the parent of this, it stayed in the same place, right? Because the worst thing is when you're doing this, you've worked really hard, and then you delete this, and then it pops way over to a location that is not where, perfectly where you had it, right? That can be very, very frustrating. How did I miss that? Okay. Delete vertices. And I'm going to do the non-fun thing of going through and just deleting a lot of these. Actually, I can also just delete all these at once. Don't delete hierarchy though, because then you will delete everything underneath as well. Okay, and usually here, just to make sure I'm keeping it clean, I'll turn this one into camera. I'm going to pull my camera down into that group, and then I'm going to rename this. Let's say I call my other one Retopo because I did retopologize it. This one, let's just call it male muscles. Right, it's good too because usually as I'm going along, I'll save renditions like at pertinent chapters, right? Like once I have the muscles all kind of like prepared, I might call that version 2, and then once I go into actually starting to convert, then I might do like a version 3 just to be safe, right? Because it could be one mistake along the line that you didn't plan for, and you have that ability to go back and open that save file. It's just a good habit to have, and believe me, I have utilized it before. Okay, let us continue. And I'm going to show you guys that I actually do something. It's not going to help with naming, but it is something I do. I actually cluster muscles. Now, and I'll describe it more in detail a bit more down the road, but the reason I do this is because I actually find it makes it so that the muscles move better in unison, right? Where if I have them all separate, I find it really hard to, even when you pen, to make these actually move together. Or when I cluster them, I find that is not the case. I do actually find they move together quite a bit better. So let's say, for instance, I went to join these, right? And I know there's hotkeys. You will notice I probably don't use hotkeys as much as I should. Okay, but I'll call this, let's say, core cluster. You can call it whatever you'd like, whatever helps just kind of make it apparent to you. So I'll hide that now. The pectoral I'll always have separate, right? And once again, you guys might find it way easier just to build your own in X muscle systems as opposed to trying to work with this one, right? You might find that a lot easier. Okay, do I need that? I don't need that. Delete that. That's the only part that frustrates me, because like that's Why do they have that without... Like, that's dumb that they have it like that. I know what I'll do, but it's still dumb. Okay, that I'll have fully separate. The trapezius. This actually I do group together as well. And I usually just call it teres major. Though technically that's just a portion of it. But still. Okay. And you can decide. I've had it where I've had these all separate. And once again, I'm going to rebuild this one in Exponential Systems. That's what I would do. I'm not going to be working on this model, but I will show you how to do that once we get further into the actual conversion process. All right, so I will cluster all these together. Okay, join. And we're calling it just deltoid. And we'll hide that. Now we'll hide that because I will show you how to resurface that a little bit later as well. Actually, should I? You know what? Maybe I'll keep that on hidden. I'll decide. Because that one you could also make again in Exponential Systems. Okay. Tricep lateral. That one. Okay, that one I okay, perfect. So these three, I'm going to join them. And we're just going to call it, I usually just call it bicep, but brachialis is fine too, right? Hide that. That I'm going to keep separate. That, I would actually probably honestly not even convert that, and just you have such an easy way to do that in Exponential Systems, which I can show you once again to do. That I will keep separate as well. So these two are separate as well. Yeah. Let's see if it'll allow me to. Okay. What about here? Can I do it here? Come on. Now, is it a full circle around it? Hide that. Yes. That simplifies quite a bit. That looks a little wonky. I know I kind of jump around too, but I see something before I forget it. I'm going to work on it. Okay. All right. Alt H. Leave vertices. Bam. We're right down to it. We'll also delete that though. These two are a little quirky. That one too. That one too. F key. Okay. Ooh, these are some. I know it looks a little rough. You would be correct if you thought that. Yeah, the topology, I want it to be clean enough, but like, once again, like you'll never see it. So outside of like, I don't want to utilize way too much of my system for something that is just bad topology, but okay, let's see what it makes of that. I don't really like that. And I know it doesn't care for doing triangles. Oh, it's a square of swords? What do you guys think? Ooh, not a square of swords. So many hidden vertices. Okay, we're back to triangles. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to watch that. Oh, brutal, brutal. People that like topology, please don't come after me. I just want to get to the other things. Okay, yeah, that's awful, huh? You could also, if you wanted to as well, like, I don't know, let's say we pick just these ones. You could smooth it just a tad, right? Vertices, smooth vertices. Ooh, that must have been a hidden one. So many hidden vertices in here. And a hole. There's another reason to smooth. Oh my gosh. So many vertices. What the? Oh my gosh. Wow. It's like Oprah. You get a vertice. You get a vertice. Maybe I could have made them more than just triangles. Dang. Okay. How am I going to do that? That's going to be such a weird one to... Oh gosh, I'm going to break my own heart if I... You know what? I am going to use my knife tool just to create another... another vertex, and then I can... Once again, this is... I know, it's terrible. Okay, now... Okay, at least they're all... I don't want it to be too much. That's just one repeat, too. It'll... Okay. I'm gonna try smoothing it. I don't know if I did 5 times. It's just gonna leave. Okay, I can't really do that. You know what? I almost feel like that's better than the other one. I can, also, when we start to, like with the surface divide, that'll clean it up a little bit as well. And not all atomical systems will have this, and atomical systems will have this same issue. And you can just see the tension on that one. I know, it took forever on this one. So I will just wish I could do like point something. Which I kind of can. Let's do... That looks like worse, so we will keep it like that for now. I say for now, but forever, but that's the way that I justify it to myself. And feel free to go as far or as little as you'd like on that. Okay, let's make sure that's one big... Yeah. And I could technically, honestly, get rid of that muscle. It's your call how much you want to keep. Okay. I know I'm doing some scary stuff. Just deleting like a madman. That's a good look. Yeah. So just the inner ones. That is mainly it. And then maybe I will put it forward in the viewport. Yeah. Delete vertices. Believe it or not, I actually thought this chapter would be way shorter than the other one. I was incredibly wrong. Now this, I always keep it as a separate... You could honestly have these three together. So technically this is gluteus maximus. Well, the big one. You don't... and that, I need to also send that back again. Hide that. Hide that. Hide. Perfect. They made this part quite a bit easier for me. Let's do I know how I'm trying to do a fill, but I can decide my count. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Grid fill, that's what I want. Okay. Try 8. Select 2 edges, your loops. Okay, we're not. How do I do this? Maybe it was just fill. Oh gosh, it's horrid. I don't know if that's better or worse than just filling it. Like, that looks not good in a way, but again, you're not going to see it. Like, at all. Oh, I'm getting tripped out here. Which one is... That one's in front too. Okay. That will keep. Okay, that I will delete as well. Luckily, that one's already closed up. And look how good that looks. Oh, gosh. And you have mine like Franken cuts. It's embarrassing. Usually I'm not embarrassed if I do it on my own, but I am so sorry for my terrible, terrible cuts. I thought there was a way I could do it in here, though. I guess not. Okay, grid fill. You know what? I'm not unhappy with that. Yeah, see, that's what I was hoping that one would do, but it just did not. You know what? That I will keep like that. Oh, jeez. Those ones will not even really show. I will delete those. Okay, now this one is really up to your discretion, right? Like, you might want to go more in depth, but I will usually. I'll save that for just one more second. Nice. Come on. Select even more. Oh, because I'm touching the bicep. Okay. Okay, so this is a part that might be a little bit sort of up to your discretion. Once again, I cluster all these together. This used to take me about 1 billion years, so it took me a long time to do. And then towards the end, I did not find that it did as much as I would like to justify the time it took to rig it all up. And obviously, you do have extensors and flexors literally within this cluster, right? You know, front to back. I'll show you the way that I rig it that kind of simulates that a little bit anyhow, but I will say that my forearms could be a little bit better, and there might be a case to be made that individually might give you certain more control, or maybe there's more I could do, but you'll see it. Like, it still is good result. Okay. forearm cluster. Hide, and hide. All right, now we're at the leg. And that. And now I cluster these together too. And this I do find works very well. And I can add different simulation even for physics. Even let's say back here, I might want to add a little bit more jiggle, right? I can very easily do that with weight paint. Still, I can still separate and isolate and weight paint separately. Okay, join. And we will call this, we'll call it phi cluster. Get rid of that piece of paper. Actually, what is it called? The ligament patella low. I'm sorry, ligament patella low. This I will actually keep separate as well. And then all that front cluster. Honestly, you probably will be okay with just keeping these as is. But it's so easy to, and even the hands, you might be able to do it. I do not. But we can keep that as is. And we'll just pin it to the foot so it doesn't show. Okay, so I will call that calf cluster. Okay. Gallus, blah blah, damn. Okay, so that really is what I will personally do to prepare a muscle to convert it. And you can obviously find your own methods and kind of what works best for you. But this is the way that has always worked best for me. And so for instance, even with the skeleton, I know we already went through rigging it. But by this time, usually you would, right? I might hide all those muscles, go through to the skeleton first, come back and separate all of them. But it doesn't really matter which way you do. You might do this first and then go back and rig the skeleton. But so for this, I would just join it. Now they're all together. Okay. And now another thing I will tell you that is actually awesome is that based off the way so with this, it comes with different meshes and textures, obviously, right? Those textures you can actually continue to use even after conversion. And I will show you guys that kind of forward in a later, chapter 4 when we start converting muscles. So that's exciting though. If you go and you want to go show a render, you have all the textures that came with this. It just adds so much more fidelity, right, to your final animation, especially if you're just trying to show it off, right? But that is how I prepared it, and I hope that your model was even easier to do. Once again, I'll show you guys how to retrofit these when we're a little bit later on and actually starting to convert. Because I don't know yet if I want to, I actually probably would just build it out in X Muscle Systems. As opposed to trying to convert this to work for you, I would just make it. And I can show you guys how to do a deltoid, just the center portion and this pectoral. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you guys at chapter 3, which is aligning your body, which is not like yoga. Okay, bye-bye.